When you're in debt, your future doesn't belong to you. It belongs to your creditors. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start to believe that things like vacations and savings and buying a home and starting a business, retiring and building wealth are completely out of reach for you. You start shrinking your vision of what life can be, and you stop planning. You stop dreaming. But here's the truth. You deserve to live well. You deserve peace of mind, time with your family, a chance to breathe, and space to imagine a better future. Debt robs you of all of that. And the longer it drags on, the more it costs. Not just in dollars, but in possibility and time. That's why this video is not about eventually getting out of debt. It's about doing it fast. Negative emotions keep people stuck. When you are drowning in debt, you're not just dealing with numbers. You're dealing with stress, fear, shame. And those emotions, they'll hijack your brain. There's a real psychological reason why you're avoiding the bills or ignoring the phone calls or telling yourself it's not that bad. Because when the brain feels threatened, it activates the fight or flight or freeze response. And for most people in debt, it's definitely freeze. You shut down like a deer in the headlights. You go numb, you keep doing what you've always done, even when it's not working, because change feels terrifyingly risky. On top of that, debt triggers shame, which is one of the most paralyzing emotions we have. Shame says, you failed, you're not responsible, you deserve this. But that's not true. Shame distorts your thinking. It makes you afraid to ask questions. It makes you afraid to get help and afraid to take action. That's why so many people hold out for a miracle. They're hoping for a big tax refund, a surprise inheritance, winning the lottery, a big-ass raise at work, anything to fix this without facing it, even when it's not logical. Because in that state, they're not thinking logically. Sometimes hope gets in the way of making hard decisions. Instead of facing the problem, people wait, hoping things will get better on their own. But time rarely fixes debt. It usually just makes it worse. The good news is this. Once you understand what's happening in your brain, you can take back control. The first step is compassion. When you stop blaming your own self, you'll free up the mental energy to actually make a plan. And that's when things start to really change. Bankruptcy wipes out debt fast. If you're buried in credit cards, medical bills, payday loans, or other unsecured debt, bankruptcy may be the fastest and the most complete way to get your life back. In Chapter 7, bankruptcy can eliminate most unsecured debt in just 3 to 6 months. It's quick, it's legal, it's safe, and it works. A Chapter 13 bankruptcy allows you to catch up on payments, protect your assets, and pay what you can afford, not what creditors demand. And as soon as you file, the automatic stay kicks in, and that means your creditors have to stop calling you. They have to stop suing you, stop garnishing your wages. They have to stop calling your friends or family members. They can't call you at work. But here's the part that nobody tells you. The system is rigged to make you think bankruptcy is shameful. Why? Because banks and credit card companies profit when you're struggling. These are for-profit businesses. They want you to feel guilty. They want you to think bankruptcy is rock bottom, so you keep trying to pay them, even when you can't. The truth is, big corporations use bankruptcy all the time. Rich people use it strategically, but when working families need help, the system tries to make them feel like failures. Bankruptcy exists to protect you. It's not a last resort. It's a logical reset button. It's designed to help people get back on their feet when the math no longer adds up. This is not a moral issue. This is a financial decision. And for many people, bankruptcy is the smartest, fastest, most effective way to move forward. If you're stuck and you want to get out fast, you owe it to yourself to find out whether bankruptcy could be the right tool for you. Because once you wipe out that debt, the rest of your life starts to open up again. And that is an amazing feeling. The top causes of filing for bankruptcy are medical bills, job loss, divorce, failed businesses, financial scams or abuse, not overspending. Everyone thinks bankruptcy is something to be ashamed of until they talk to somebody who's done it. Bankruptcy exists because life happens. It's a way to reset, rebuild, and reclaim your future. You're not your debt. You are not your credit score. Taking action is not shameful, it's responsible. The real shame is staying stuck when you have a legal path to freedom. The real shame is not eating the sandwich that's being handed to you and dying of starvation. Taking action is not shameful, it's responsible. The real shame is staying stuck when you have a legal path to freedom. Most bankruptcy attorneys offer free consultations. No pressure, just information. They're usually going to ask you about your income, about your debts, and your assets. And they'll explain to you what your options are based on what you've told them and the laws in your state. A good bankruptcy lawyer will never push you to file. They'll explain to you if bankruptcy is not the right fit. If you work with Evergreen, they can connect you to trusted attorneys in your state. And before you file, you'll end up taking a credit counseling course, which is where you will learn whether bankruptcy is really the right tool for you or not. The fastest path to relief starts with one informed conversation. And that is what talking to a bankruptcy lawyer near you can provide for you.